It's the KNSI Sports Network. Grant Ducetto and Jake Judd with you. It's the Northwest Partners pregame show. We are at the MAC, the Municipal Athletic Complex, on the other side tonight, the Rish Arena, the smaller of the two here at the MAC. As far as the sheets of ice go, it is Class A hockey between the Cathedral Crusaders and the visitors from up north. What a matchup this is. The Hermantown Hawks are here in the Granite City.
So looking for a fantastic matchup here, as most fans of the Cathedral team might know. Hermantown, big tough team, a team that we faced in the state tournament a few years back, and actually was one of the teams a few years ago that gave us an exit from the state tournament. Traditionally been a powerhouse, several state championships, and this should be an exciting matchup. And I know Hermantown's one of these teams that's locked and reloaded as they come in here. I think they only suffered one loss so far on the season, and Cathedral would love to make it two here tonight on their home ice.
Hermantown 11-1-2 on the year. Cathedral 6-7. They are looking to get back over the hump. They have been over 500 just once. That was after winning the opener. Since then, they've been at 500 or below the entire season so far. Talking about the Crusaders, Hermantown 11-1-2, and of course, as you might imagine, they come in boasting a rather potent offense, scoring almost 5.5 goals per game. But the thing that's kind of interesting when you look at the individual stats, 3 goal scorers in double figures, 9 players in double figures as far as points. So it's not one person, it's not one line. It's a balanced offensive attack, and the final result, roughly 5.43 goals per game.
And I'm sure the coach is satisfied with those numbers to start out the season here. And Hermantown's been known for that great puck play. I expect you see a lot of passing, a lot of puck movement. That's kind of been their forte over the years. And really just taking advantage of opportunities, kind of just constantly trying to get the goalie out of position. That's pretty much what they do, is move the puck around until they think they've got the goalie in a tough spot. And then they usually capitalize, take advantage of it. It served them well. It's got them lots of wins going into tonight. And this should be a good matchup, good test for the Cathedral Crusaders as we get roughly halfway through the season, and really you start to hone your team, as you don't want to look too far ahead, but sections will be here before you know it.
I was going to ask that. Crusaders, obviously, state title game appearances the last 2 seasons. This year, a lot of new faces as far as especially the front line goes. They're 6-7. I'm not so sure they were super concerned about what happened in 2025, but now that the calendar is flipped, this is the first game of 2026. You would have to think that they're beginning to try and ramp things up for that postseason run.
It'd be nice to start the year with a big win. It would, because I know we were calling the game, I believe it was New Year's Eve, where they took on the St. Cloud Crush here at the MAC. It was a close game, but the Crush came back to beat them, and kind of a little bit of an upset, we'll say. Not a complete one, but a little bit of an upset there. And so it'd be nice for the Cathedral Crusaders to come out here tonight and kind of be able to cleanse the palate, as you will, a little bit. But Hermantown's a really tough hockey team, and Hermantown's probably looking to make a statement here as they get ready for their to impress the scouts and try to improve their ranking.
We mentioned Hermantown's record of 11-1-2. The one loss actually came on Tuesday, and it came against rival Proctor. So, that leaves a sour taste in the mouth. For teams that aren't used to losing, you lose that first one. Is there a hangover effect, or do you think that they're going to be ready and rearing to go here tonight?
Every team's different. It really depends on, the kind of makeup of personalities you have. I know personally for me, a loss didn't really, that fired me up. Hated losing, and I bet from these kids, I'm going to assume the same thing. That's going to fire them up. That's going to kind of leave a little chip on the shoulder, which could be dangerous for Cathedral from Hermantown's perspective. But then again, Cathedral's looking to right or wrong from New Year's Eve. So they're looking to come out tonight with a win, too.
The pregame show is brought to you by Northwest Partners. Face risk head-on. Insurance solutions for people and business. NorthwestPartners.com. Time to take a look at the strategy of the game. Sponsored by Kelm and Reuter. Attorneys that make a difference. The laws of Kelm and Reuter. KelmReuter.com. We mentioned 9 players for the Hawks in double figures as far as points scored, Jake. How do you defend a team that's that balanced?
Oof. Get your defenseman in front of those lanes and don't let them have a clean look at that net. I mean, that's the first thing I'd want to do, is make sure you got plenty of traffic in front of there. Keep them out of the zone as much as possible. And you'd want to probably be physical with them, but that's not exactly Cathedral's game. So you're going to have to out-finesse them. But both these teams, if memory serves me correct, at least from past years watching Hermantown's another team that can skate.
And I would think that you would want to be really crisp on your line changes. Make sure you don't have shifts lasting too long, because the group coming over the boards for the Hawks, we know they're just as efficient. So you can't have tired legs out there against a second or even a third line that can put up points if they get the opportunity.
And that's so key sometimes in high school hockey to have that depth. A lot of teams have one solid line. Some teams are blessed to have two really good lines, and then every once in a while you have enough depth that you can really have two real good lines and then even a third one that challenges you on the backside.
Strategy of the Game is brought to you by Kelm and Reuter, attorneys that make a difference. The loss of Kelm and Reuter, kelmreuter.com. Let's name a guaranteed player to perform. It's sponsored by C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. As long as you own your home, they got you granite covered, cdgranite.com. A team that comes in scoring 5.5 goals per game, you're going to want your top defensive line out there as much as possible. And I would guess that Griffin Sturm will most likely be asked to score tonight as well.
Yeah, Griffin Sturm is one of the few ones that can score from that defensive position consistently. And, yeah, they're going to need a big night out of him. And if he has a good game, traditionally the Cathedral Crusaders usually have a good game as well.
Guaranteed play to perform. It's brought to you by C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. As long as you own your home, they got your granite covered. cdgranite.com. We will step aside for 4 minutes. We'll be back with the puck drop and starting lineups. It's Hermantown and Cathedral Class A hockey here on the KNSI Sports Network.
More from your North Risk Partners pregame show on the KNSI Sports Network coming up right after this.
Your business is growing, and managing your money has never been more important. Gate City Bank has the tools, the experts, and the capital you need to help you run your business better. Day to day, month to month, and year over year. Visit gatecity.bank/business today and connect with our business banking team to get started. It's your business. We're your bank. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Is your student ready for a little bit of financial freedom, but not too much? Introducing the Next account from Deerwood Bank, the ultimate checking account for students under 17. With a debit card, they'll learn smart money habits early. Plus, Next accounts feature no minimum balance and no monthly fees. The best part? It's linked to your account, so you can easily see transactions, transfer money, set limits, and get notifications. Learn more today at deerwoodbank.com/next.
Nice and simple banking for your whole family. Deerwood Bank, member FDIC.
Get the unlimited guarantee with C&D Granite.
In the world of sports, you often notice the superstar, but what many people don't see is the collective work of the whole team that leads them to victory. Hi, Brad Stile with C&D Granite. We have great teamwork at C&D Granite, and we are all cheering you on to victory. C&D Granite, home of the unlimited guarantee, cdgranite.com.
With C&D Granite.
When she was 2 years old, I lined every staircase with a guardrail. At age 7, a mandatory Barbie helmet, pads, and wrist guard every time she put on her roller skates. Okay, some say I was a little overprotective, but wouldn't you do everything to protect your everything? Today, she's a high school athlete that stops at nothing. She faces risk and understands how to win. When it comes to ensuring you and your family, trust North Risk Partners. They face risk head on to protect you. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
When it comes to your checking account, more is better. With Gate City Bank, you can earn rewards every time you use your debit card. From gas to groceries, those points add up fast. Plus, you'll love perks like easy mobile banking, custom debit cards, and so much more. Come see why banking is simply better at gatecity.bank/checking. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
I've been in sports my whole life, so I understand the importance of hard work and dedication. Hi, Brad Stile with C&D Granite. Every athlete on that field, court, or ice works endless hours to improve their game. Continue to improve and be a student of the game. This will carry on throughout your life, just as it did for me and our team at C&D Granite. C&D Granite, home of the unlimited guarantee. cdgranite.com.
Get the unlimited guarantee with C&D Granite. Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
To be successful or even competitive, you need to develop a winning strategy. The attorneys at the Sauk Rapids Law Office of Kelm and Reuter know how to develop a winning strategy for you. It is time to get the Sauk Rapids Law Office of Kelm and Reuter on your side. Visit kelmreuter.com.
Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
Sports. Any sport should be an adventure. What do all adventure and sports have in common? Having the right equipment you can depend on. It's like the car you drive. To get to any sporting event or to go to any great adventure, you need a dependable vehicle to get you there. At St. Cloud Toyota, we have great, dependable Toyotas. Most pre-owned vehicles on our lot come with our lifetime powertrain warranty and 2-year, 25,000-mile maintenance plan. See where dependability and adventure meet.
Who has every local school covered? KNSI.
Back here at the MAC, it's time for starting lineups brought to you by Deerwood Bank. Banking made nice and simple. Visit deerwoodbank.com. For Hermantown, the left defenseman is number 3, Gabe Swenson. The right defenseman, number 19, Kyler Berg. The left wing is number 18, Ford Skida. The right wing, number 16, Bodie Medill. And the center is Mick Martelak for Cathedral. The Blue Liners, number 21, Griffin Sturm, and 22, Nolan Bigowet. The front line, playing left wing, is number 5, Brandon White. And the right wing is number 17, Bo Schmidt. The center is number 11, Caleb Trant. Battle of the goaltenders in net for Hermantown is number 35, Bryce Francisco. And between the pipes for Cathedral is number 31, Hunter Moreland. The first shot on goal, 8 seconds in, goes to Hermantown, and Moreland has the answer.
Long shot, really no problem there for Moreland. Just kind of got down ice, did Hermantown, and saw an opportunity just to take a quick rip at the net.
Puck Drop was brought to you by Gate City Bank, a better way of life. Hermantown wins the offensive zone faceoff, and they get a shot on net, a dangerous one through traffic from the top of the left circle, and Moreland had the answer, but he wasn't quite sure where that one was for a second.
Yeah, I think it took him a sec to find it, but boy, those 2 quick shots about 12 seconds into the game for Hermantown.
We're starting to see why the Hawks are averaging almost 5.5 goals per game. 11-1-2 coming into this one. They've got it again in the offensive zone, but it's knocked out nicely there by Schmidt. Now he's chasing after it, and he is going to pick up a penalty. He was being really aggressive with the stick play, and eventually a little too much on the hook.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if they're going to call that the hook per se or a slash, but we'll see exactly what they call here. Being very aggressive, and yep, sin bin for Schmidt, and that's going to give the Hermantown Hawks 2 minutes in the power play.
Power play opportunity. It's brought to you by St. Cloud Subaru. Owning a Subaru is like getting hat trick in the auto industry. Safety, dependability, and high quality. Find your winning combination at stcloudsubaru.com. We've done 3 Cathedral Crusader games, and in at least 2 of those, I think maybe all 3, they've scored a shorthanded goal. They really aren't phased being down a man, but they haven't faced the power play unit, at least before us, like what I'm assuming Hermantown is about to boast here. There's a shot from the point that didn't get through. Moreland had no idea where it was, and unable to keep it in at the line there was number 3, Gabe Swenson. Swenson behind his own net. He's pestered by Kroll, and he'll give off to number 4, Bo Christie, who comes up the right wing. Christie with a miscommunication between him and Noah Thurston, and Cathedral able to dump it the length of the ice. Now just 1:15 left on the penalty, and I'm not sure that there's been an official shot on net so far for the Hawks on this power play. Hawks try and break in, and it is immediately sent back out. Once again, that's Kroll doing the dirty work on the PK. I'm sure head coach Robbie Stocker will appreciate that. Standing the Hawks up at the blue line again are the Crusaders, and they send it down the length of the ice. Now just 50 seconds to go in the PK for Cathedral. Coming across the line with speed is Nikolai Zukov. He goes behind the net, looks to pass it out in front, and it never got through. He was trying to hit Ford Skida in the slot. And it will be the Crusaders yet again sending the puck down behind the Hawk net. Now just 28 seconds to go in the penalty. Still no shots on net for Hermantown in this power play. It's Zukov coming across the line with speed, but he's bumped off the puck. It goes to the far side half wall. It's wrapped around, and it comes out of the zone. Picking it up at the red line is Kyler Burke. He still has it. He's looking to get a shot on net, and no, he's not going to throw it towards the net. He'll throw it into the slot, and it's thrown away by the defenseman for the Crusaders, but not out. Coming out of the box is the man on the that was off
Schmidt.
the ice, and Schmidt got the penalty, and I'm guessing he said a magic word because coming out of the box was by. So we probably had a 2 and a 10 there from Schmidt, and he is going to be missing for most of this first period.
That's a tough one for the Cathedral Crusaders. Bo Schmidt's a young guy, but he's one of their best scorers too.
14:24 to go. Hermantown with the offensive zone faceoff. They win it. The shot doesn't get through. That was a weak wrister from Kalkbrenner that hit a couple of skates and deflected to the corner. Now the Crusaders break it out, and Sturm at the blue line just chips it in behind the Hermantown net. Francisco, the goalie, is out to play it. Crusaders get an opportunity in the high slot, and Locke couldn't pull the trigger before that puck was poked away from him. Crusaders dump it back into the Hawk end. On the puck is Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner trying to go up the near half wall. He loses it, and that puck dangerously bounced across the blue paint. And trying to play it on the bounce was the defenseman Wojtisiak, and you never know. That could have easily taken a carom off of him and into the net.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit of a scare for the goaltender, but in the end, your Hermantown's been able to gather it.
Crusaders get it, and now here is Schmidt. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Schmidt now, oh! That was a rebound that Schmidt was crashing the net on, and it just hopped over his stick. Yes. Crusaders, their first shot on goal, and it was a grade A scoring opportunity, a 2-on-1 rush that almost turned into a rebound goal. They've got it again. Crusaders into the zone. That wrist shot fired wide by Elijah Van Heel. Trent on the half wall, kicks it back towards the goal line of the Hermantown zone, but the Hawks break it out. 13 minutes to go, first period, still scoreless. Hawks with a decisive edge as far as shots on goal, but the Crusaders beginning to pick it up, and they have killed off a penalty already. The puck chipped behind the Crusader net, and losing it and giving up the goal was number 23 in goal. That was Talon Ruprecht, and I think he lost it in front to Bo Christie, and that's a bad place to have a turnover.
Yeah,
no chance there for Moreland.
Yeah, Bo Christie is going to get credit with the goal here, and I believe, was it unassisted, you said, or did he have an assist?
Oh, it was unassisted because that was a turnover from Ruprecht right onto the tape of Christie, who was down low underneath the circles. But the sharp angle, and he put it right in the corner.
So 1-0 Hermantown, and that goal came at 12:43 for number 4, Bo Christie for Hermantown.
So 12:43 left is when that goal was scored. Hermantown trying to, once again, immediately put the offensive pressure on. But now here come the Crusaders. 3-on-2, and going to the front, and tipping it in is Noah Klein.
What a goal there by Klein, and I believe Nolan Bigowette might have been the guy that fed him on that. We'll have to see the official score. At least he was one of the kids, I think, helping to move that puck. Crisp play, way to respond if you're the Crusaders.
We talked about the skill for the Crusaders, and we certainly talked about the speed. We have not seen them crash the front of the net much in the games we've done so far. They've done it twice now. And one, it just hopped over the stick of Schmidt, or it could have been a goal. And that was a grade A deflection there from Klein that went in over the shoulder on the glove side of the goalie Francisco to make it 1-1.
And it looks like Griffin Sturm will get credit with the assist.
So Sturm, one of the captains, finding Klein, the senior, to make it 1-1. Goal at 4:36 of the first period, so 12:24 left on the Bradshaw and Bryant scoreboard when that puck went in the net. And we are even at one apiece. Some fireworks early here between two of the best programs in Class A hockey in the state of Minnesota. Turning behind his own goal is Zukov. Now he tries to get it up to a teammate right at his own blue line. And there's a physical play there by Bigowette to make sure that puck never got out of the zone. With it is Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner with the pass up towards center ice. Playing it there is Luke McDonald. He loses it. Bo Schmidt, nice little spin around play. And now he intercepts the pass from the defenseman. He's in one-on-one. Tried to go cutting across the center of the zone, and he lost it off his stick. Zukov with it. Tries to fire it up the boards to a teammate, and that puck comes in from the blue line. It was a knuckle puck, and right out in front of Schmidt, and then White had a chance, and he sent it just wide. He tried to throw it out front from the back of the net. Couldn't get it there. The second opportunity does get through, but the shot was blocked, and now Hermantown has it into neutral ice.
Great scoring opportunity there by the Crusaders. Just couldn't make that one happen.
Just under 11 minutes to go, first period. 1-1. Crusaders going toe-to-toe with Hermantown, who came into this one 11-1-2 on the season. There's a puck that's thrown out front, and that was a beautiful pass from Bo Christie on the backhand. Neither one of his teammates, they went to two different forwards. Neither one of them got a shot off, though. Now it's Schmidt, one-on-one in the Hermantown zone, and he tried to pull that to his forehand and fire the shot, and it just slipped off the tape. Klein comes in, keeps it in for a second, but getting out to neutral territory are the Hawks. With it is Gabe Swenson, the defenseman. He's going to try and go down towards the corner. He puts on the brakes, loses the puck, but it comes right to the slot, and that was dangerous for Martelak. He leads the team in goals, talking about the Hermantown Hawks. Hermantown so active from behind the net, trying to get pucks out to the meaty area of the offensive zone, and just offsides was Kroll. Him and Bakeberg were in on a 2-on-1. Bakeberg fired the shot anyways off Francisco, and that's got the dander of the Hawks up, and we have three different Hermantown players giving Bakeberg the business on the far half wall.
Yeah, looks like Bakeberg, kind of seen a sign of disrespect in hockey, and players letting him know they weren't appreciative of the shot, and it looks like Bakeberg, is there going to be, or maybe no penalties, or are we going to have a penalty now for this? We will, offsetting.
So Bakeberg's going to the sin bin, as is Martelak, and to be honest, the Crusaders probably will take that trade-off.
I wouldn't, at least to start here, but even strength when both teams losing one of their players for a little while.
9:56 to go, first period. 1-1, the score. Both teams with some grade A scoring opportunities in what has been an offensive slugfest. The faceoff just in a neutral territory on the Hermantown side of the ice, and the Hawks come away with it. Losing the puck as he was crossing the blue line was Bodie Medill, and now the Crusaders have it in the gold uniforms. Looking to go up to the center of the ice was number 22 there, Nolan Bigouette. Instead, he throws it to the near half wall, and reversing flow are the Crusaders. They get it out to neutral ice, but it's immediately sent back in. Hawks have to tag up. They're now on sides. Bigouette fighting in the corner. It comes back to the point, a shot, and that one was deflected. That was dangerous from Wojciech.
Great save there by Moreland. Got his blocker down and kicked that puck away.
Now the Crusaders clear it with authority, and that will be a no doubt icing with 9:08 to go, first period.
Face-off coming down to the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusader end. Very even hockey game so far here. 3 shots apiece, 1 goal apiece here. It's been up and down. And both these teams seem like they're ready for each other. They're looking forward to this contest.
Just 3 shots apiece in 8 minutes, but there have been many more opportunities than that.
Yeah, absolutely, by both teams, in fact.
The face-off is won by the Crusaders. They have not won a ton of those tonight, so that was one that was needed in the defensive zone, but they will ice the puck yet again. No, they're going to wave it off. Swenson trying to race 2 Crusaders back. Trent had an opportunity to get it, so did White. Neither one could capitalize. It comes out to neutral ice. Swenson has it near his own blue line, tries to flip it softly across ice. That was dangerous, and that was Van Heel trying to pick it off. It went over his stick, though. Crusaders get it in their own end, and there was a shot by Van Heel that just flipped up and wildly caroming off a couple players. Coming in is White on the right wing. His wrist shot easily sent to the side by Francisco. Trent has it in the corner. He's pinned there. Nice job on defense by Kyler Berg. Stepping in to take it away was Brecken Postal. Postal goes cross ice to Swenson. Swenson is hit by Locke. He keeps his feet, but he loses the puck. Now with it is Van Heel in his own zone. He tried to throw it to Schmidt, and that went past Schmidt, caromed off the wall and all the way down for an icing. 8:03 left, first period.
The Crusaders and the Hawks, both of them will switch up a couple players here as they get ready to face it off in the Cathedral zone. 8:03 remaining here in the period, all tied up at 1 apiece.
Some line mixing. We mentioned that Sturm was going to need to be out there a lot. He already has an assist, so he's contributing offensively, and he's playing a lot on the defensive side against this deep, talented Hermantown team. And that number one defense scorer for the Crusaders out there with the number 2 line on that last shift. Now Locke throws it to the front. Kroll's there. Klein's there. Neither one could get a shot on net.
Oh, that's so close. Just as you mentioned, could not get the shot on net. That just could not quite get their stick on the puck, and it just slipped away.
Crusaders have it in their own end. They go D to D with it. Bigwet off the wall. He gets it to Kroll, and Kroll softly sends it down behind the Hermantown net. It's turned over. Kroll has it. Can't get around the last defenseman. He goes down, but he keeps the puck pinned behind the goal line for at least a couple seconds to allow a change to happen behind the play. Hermantown sends it down. Now they change. Bigwet with it. He comes out from behind his own goal, goes off the wall. Here's Trant. Trant on the left wing, tried to throw it in the middle for White. Too far for him. Schmidt couldn't play it off the wall. And now a 2-on-1 developing for Hermantown. White racing to get back, and he will do just that. A great back check there by White to neutralize that opportunity. It was a pass trying to be sent to the middle. It went off a stick and into the netting on the far corner.
Great job there by White. The little things in hockey that make things, that can lead to wins. Defense is huge. That was a big, huge defensive play that prevented really what would have been a 2-on-1 for the Hermantown Hawks otherwise.
6:54 to go, first period. Still 1-1. Both these teams scoring in the first 5 minutes, and it's settled down quite nicely since. Good little rhythm developing in this one as these two Class A Titans go head-to-head here at the MAC. With the puck and coming into the offensive zone is Kalkbrenner. He nearly got by Ruprecht, but he couldn't send it to the middle of the ice. And now it's the Crusaders taking possession. Schmidt trying to go coast to coast. He's across the red line. He'll dump it in, and he will go to the bench. Locke going in on the forecheck. Locke and Anvik. And it will be Hermantown able to break it out. With it is number 10, Martelak. He's out of the sin bin after the offsetting penalties. He got a weak shot off from the left circle. Saved by Moreland. Crusaders have it. Van Heel. That pass was off the mark, but he gets it back. Now he has another opportunity, and it goes right underneath the stick of Locke and all the way in on net where Francisco plays it. Coming across the neutral zone with speed is Luke McDonald. He throws on the brakes. He loses the puck. And trying to counterpunch are the Crusaders. Sturm going 1-on-3, and he gets it all the way down to the corner. Great play there by the senior captain. Sturm with it again. He circles, throws it out in front, and then almost got to By. By with the rebound opportunity, and he couldn't get it on net.
Great job there by By. Look up and make an attempt on that.
Nice job by the Hermantown defense as well, collapsing and getting that puck away from danger as soon as possible. Both these teams fundamentally sound.
Yeah, it's been a good hockey game so far. It's been exciting to watch.
That puck never got out, so it's not offsides. Klein bumping his man off of it. Coming in is Kroll. He nearly stole it away, and Hermantown just has to ice it. It will go all the way down and generate the whistle with 5:01 to go, first period.
All tied up at 1 apiece. Both these teams really playing well, playing good hockey right now. Of course, both these teams coming off losses their last time on the ice.
Crusaders 6-7 this year. They last played on New Year's Eve, a game you heard here on KNSI. They lost 4-3. They were up 3-1 against the Crush in the Granite City Showcase. Fell 4-3. The Hawks, they fell to Proctor, their first loss of the year on Tuesday. There's another icing by Hermantown, and some frustration beginning to settle in. Bo Christie yelling at a teammate. Kind of early for that kind of boiling over anger.
I'm sure it just, hey, let's get the fundamentals here. We're not playing up to the way we expect to play hockey. I'm sure that's kind of what the captains, what some of the leaders on this team are talking to each other about. But, yeah, you don't want to see too much infighting this early.
Klein wins the faceoff, but he didn't win it cleanly, and Bakeberg just gets a weak deflection that sends it on net. No problem there for Bryce Francisco, and he puts the trapper down on top, and we will have another offensive zone faceoff here for the Crusaders to the left of Bryce Francisco, the Hawk goaltender. Klein, once again, doesn't win it cleanly. The puck not able to get out immediately. Swenson tried to go behind his own net. Beautiful play by Kroll to throw it out front, but no teammate there to play it. Another icing coming up. It is.
Wow,
4:32 to go, first period.
Yeah,
now the ice starting to tilt in favor of the Crusaders.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a lot of face-offs down here in the Hermantown end, and I'm sure that's exactly what the Crusaders want. And we could be seeing a little bit of bewilderment maybe by Hermantown. Maybe they think they should have been able to move this a little better, hold the puck down in their end a little more. But
well, we talked about them losing their first game on Tuesday to a rival, no less. Now they make the long trip, and there could be a little bit of a hangover effect. They get that early goal, relax a touch. That was a pass by Schmidt, a little saucer pass, not able to be handled by Van Heel on the back door. There's a cross-check in the back by Swenson, not called. Schmidt has it in the circle, and he sent it just wide.
Real close goal there by Schmidt. Almost got in that top corner.
With it is Ruprecht. He goes to the near side wall with it. Trant races after it. Can't send it deep. Ruprecht can't send it deep. Team is fighting right along the red line area. It eventually goes into the Crusader end, but it goes to Van Heel. It goes cross ice, and he was not on the same page there with Schmidt, but it really doesn't damage Cathedral at all. Now they have it behind their own net. They tried to break out to White here on the near side and couldn't connect on the pass. But they forced the turnover, and here comes Schmidt. 1-on-2. He'll do a nice toe drag, goes to the corner, pulls up, tried to throw it out front, and that was beautifully played by Swenson. It's been fun watching Schmidt and Swenson go at it so far tonight.
It has been, and Schmidt, I think, was looking for a teammate. Unfortunately, he made those moves right in the middle of a line change for Cathedral, so he just didn't have anybody to help him out.
Hermantown has it near their own blue line. There's a pass that's off the mark, a little whiff there, and Schmidt sends it right back down behind the Hawk net. 3 minutes to go, first period, in a 1-1 game. There's a cross-ice pass that somehow got through two different Crusader players, eventually picked up by a Cathedral forward, and he throws it right into the chest of a Hermantown Hawk. Trying to dump it in, but not getting it deep are the Hawks, but that's going to be icing on the Crusaders. An unforced one, too. Kind of a shame because, as I said, that ice was tilting in the Crusaders' favor, and this is the exact thing. An unforced error that results in an icing that could change that.
Yeah, it just completely flips the script here, and we've seen Hermantown be able to win faceoffs and make quick shots off the draw.
It will be a win for Hermantown, and it was a juicy shot that was turned away nicely by Moreland. Now the puck comes out to the point, and it was almost an odd man rush for the Crusaders. They are able to break it out, though. Taken down right at the red line was Kroll. No penalty called. Klein goes in on the forecheck, as does Kroll. Kroll has it behind the net. He's going to break out front, and it's tipped off the defender. That went off the stick there of Zukov, and it went high in the air, and it is nabbed baseball style by Bryce Francisco.
Yeah, Francisco just simply nabbed that right out of the air, as you mentioned, just kind of softly floated up. Those can be a little bit dangerous, but mainly if you don't see it. Sometimes it flutters in that crowd and you don't see it, but he had it eyeballed all the way and made a nice save.
Trent will try and win the offensive zone faceoff. He cannot. Hermantown with it behind the net. It is Skida. He tried to do a stretch pass that was picked off by the Crusaders. They've got the puck. Bigowat gets it across the line, but not deep. And it will be offsides on the Crusaders. Once again, Bigowat, that dreaded move right at the blue line, and one of his teammates went in early.
Yeah, in fact, it looked like two of the wingers were coming across early there, and one desperately trying to get a skate back, but wasn't going to fool the ref.
2:06 left first period, one apiece. Hermantown wins the faceoff, but it's picked off. Here comes White, and he tried to drag it to the front, and it somehow got there between two defenders, and he did get a shot on net. Wasn't a great opportunity as far as pace off of the stick, but it was a dangerous spot right in front of Francisco, where White all of a sudden found the puck to his liking. Now Hermantown trying to set something up in the slot. There's a whiff of a pass by Van Heel, and bailing him out is a teammate. And now off the wall, here comes Schmidt. It's a partial breakaway. He didn't get a lot on that shot from the left wing.
Schmidt has been fantastic in open ice so far.
Firing, and that was nearly deflected off Bakeberg and in. Nice shot there from the point by Van Heel. With it is Ruprecht. He fires. That one's deflected to the corner. Schmidt back to Van Heel. He sends it forward. And Francisco finally covers up and says, let's take a break, boys.
Yeah, a little bit of Hermantown's old medicine there, winding up and a bunch of deep shots, getting on net, definitely challenging Francisco, and eventually slow this game down, maybe sub a few guys out quick. Both teams doing that, taking advantage of the stoppage. And with 1 minute, 10 seconds left here in the first period, the Cathedral Crusaders are threatening.
Crusaders with the offensive zone face-off. They'll rely on Noah Klein, and he loses it cleanly. Another face-off win for the team in navy and gold, the old Notre Dame colors. They'll send it down, and that is an icing, and that's an unforced error. And you get the clean face-off win in your own end, and it looks like you're going to be able to break it out and relieve the pressure, and instead you set up yet another dangerous situation late in this first period. Talking about the Hawks here.
Yeah, just a bad pass, I think, just trying to get a guy long down the ice.
Klein, a chance to redeem himself, and he does. Pirouette from the point, that never got through. Kroll goes to the corner. He's fighting there with Wojciech. Kroll knocked off the puck. Klein tries to get it back to the line, and he does. But that shot had no chance of getting through thanks to Zukov, who has it now crossing the Crusader blue line. He fires. It goes off his stick into the netting with 40.7 to go.
Yep, so we'll have another face-off here. Getting towards the end of the first period, and the Hawks looking like they're trying to come alive here in the final minute here.
We talked about the balanced scoring, and you can see it just calling the game. I mean, there's a lot of guys getting touches, and they all look pretty comfortable on the offensive end with it.
Yeah, the official total, Cathedral has 7 shots on net, Hermantown 6.
Crusaders try and break through neutral ice. It's knocked away from them nicely there by Zukov. None of his teammates can gain control, though, and the Crusaders have it again. They go cross ice. Here comes Trant looking to break across the blue line. He'll just flip it in. It saucers behind the net. And with it there is number 23, Wojciech. He can't get it out. He's got another opportunity here. He goes behind his own net. He's harassed by Schmidt, and he will get it to the blue line and out with under 5 seconds to go. There's a shot by Pirouette. I think about 4 teammates were offside, so it wouldn't have counted, and it was easily saved by Francisco. The buzzer goes, and after 17 minutes on the ice between Hermantown and Cathedral, it's 1-1 after 1. Jake Judd, your thoughts on this one? Let's talk a little bit. Let's go by the numbers. It's brought to you by American Door Works. Add curb appeal to your home with garage doors from American Door Works. Residential and commercial garage doors, openers, and service online at AmericanDoorWorks.com. Big shout out to the MAC, by the way, with the live stats. You don't get this a whole lot at the high school level.
No, and it's nice. It makes our job easier. But right now we'll just take a look at shots on net. You know, often the team that can shoot the most is going to be the team that can come out and win. Cathedral, slight edge, 7-6, although, again, shots not on net don't count. And I know both these teams took several opportunities and shots that just the goaltender didn't have to touch. And, of course, we've got, Bryce Francisco, Hunter Moreland, both of them in net. Both of them given up 1 goal. Who they got with the goals to? Well, with 12:43 remaining in the first period, Bo Christie, an unassisted goal. That was off a turnover by Cathedral. Kind of just got it there, boom, right in front of the net, sniped it in. But fast response from the Cathedral Crusaders. Just 19 seconds later, Noah Klein gets the goal. And, of course, he got the assist from Griffin Sturm, the big senior, who we're looking for to hopefully have a big night out of the defensive position. That tied it up, and after that, we had really good back-and-forth hockey. I think we're in for a nice one here. Some penalties. Bo Schmidt got called for the 2-minute minor of the hooking, but at the same time, Bo Schmidt got called for the hooking, and then they were able to kill that penalty. The double penalty happened to be Martelak from the Hawks. He got the roughing penalty, and that was after Carter Bakeberg got the unsportsmanlike conduct when he shot the puck into the net after the whistle was blown. And those penalties offset. Nothing really happened there. So that's kind of the numbers for the first period.
By the numbers, brought to you by American Door Works. The numbers are 1-1 after 1. We'll go to a break, and then we'll hear from AJ back in the studio with the Around the League scoreboard update. And then we'll be back for more action. It's been a good one so far. Hopefully it stays that way for the next 34 minutes, or who knows, maybe longer. 1-1 between Cathedral and Hermantown here on the KNSI Sports Network after one period.
You need a lawyer who is committed to helping you. The team at the Sauk Rapids Law Office of Kelm and Reuter is committed to helping you succeed. Our attorneys, like an old coach or teacher, will look you in the eye and tell you the strengths and weaknesses of your case. It is only after you have a true assessment can a winning strategy be developed. Contact Kelm and Reuter to develop your winning strategy.
Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
Welcome home. Come see why Gate City Bank is the #1 mortgage lender in North Dakota. Complete with competitive rates, local servicing options, and pre-approvals, we stand behind on closing day. From your first house to your forever home, we'll make the experience nothing short of wonderful. Ask about our special offers for first-time home buyers, too. Visit gatecity.bank/homes today. Gate City Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When she was 2 years old, I lined every staircase with a guardrail. At age 7, a mandatory Barbie helmet, pads, and wrist guard every time she put on her roller skates. Okay, some say I was a little overprotective, but wouldn't you do everything to protect your everything? Today, she's a high school athlete that stops at nothing. She faces risk and understands how to win. When it comes to insuring you and your family, trust North Risk Partners. They face risk head on to protect you. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
This is your KNSI Sports Around the League scoreboard update on the KNSI Sports Network. The NFL playoffs are underway. We got the wild card this weekend. And on Saturday, you have the Rams taking on the Panthers at 3:30 and the Packers and the Bears at 7. Then on Sunday, you got the Bills and Jaguars at noon, 49ers and Eagles at 3:30, and the Chargers and Patriots are at 7. And then for Monday Night Football, you have the Texans and Steelers for the final wild card game. The Timberwolves beat the Heat on Tuesday, 122-94. Next, they take on the Cavaliers tonight at 7. They are 24-13 so far. The Minnesota Wild lost to the Kings on Monday, 4-2. Next, they take on the Kraken tonight at 9. And they are still in third place in the whole league, only behind the Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. They are 25-11-8. The SCSU Huskies won the Coachella Cactus Cup last weekend. First, they beat Yale on Friday 6-2, and then they beat UMass Lowell on Saturday 3-2 to win the cup. Next, they travel to Omaha this weekend. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. on Friday, and then it's also at 7 p.m. on Saturday. They are 10-10 so far this year. That was your Around the League scoreboard update. The KNSI Sports Network continues next after the break.
Work hard. Study harder is a good motto for every athlete. Hi, Brad Stile with C&D Granite. Every sport requires physical skill, but athletes that study their sport often jump ahead. At C&D Granite, we follow that philosophy in our work. Our team at C&D Granite is always learning about natural stone and what options would be best for you. C&D Granite, home of the unlimited guarantee. cdgranite.com.
Get the unlimited guarantee with C&D Granite.
There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to insurance. Hi, I'm Jennifer Johnson with North Risk Partners, an independent insurance and risk management firm with 30 locations across the Midwest. At North Risk, we partner with the top personalized insurance carriers to help you find solutions for your unique risks. We serve as your advocate and partner to ensure you understand the coverages you're purchasing and are equipped to face risk head-on. Visit us at our local office for a complimentary coverage review or online at northriskpartners.com.
Welcome home. Come see why Gate City Bank is the #1 mortgage lender in North Dakota. Complete with competitive rates, local servicing options, and pre-approvals, we stand behind on closing day. From your first house to your forever home, we'll make the experience nothing short of wonderful. Ask about our special offers for first-time home buyers, too. Visit gatecity.bank/homes today. Gate City Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Get the unlimited guarantee with C&D Granite.
In the world of sports, You often notice the superstar, but what many people don't see is the collective work of the whole team that leads them to victory. Hi, Brad Stile with C&D Granite. We have great teamwork at C&D Granite, and we are all cheering you on to victory. C&D Granite, home of the unlimited guarantee, cdgranite.com.
With C&D Granite.
The right attorney does make a difference.
We are all aware of attorneys or law offices that can help you if you're injured or sick. But where do you turn if you need a will, want to form a business, have a problem with your house, or are facing a divorce or custody case, or even charged with a crime? The Sauk Rapids law firm of Kelm and Reuter is where more and more people are turning for their legal help. Over the past 5 years, over 80% of our clients have been referred by previous clients. So the next time you have a question, contact the Sauk Rapids law office of Kelm and Reuter.
Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
Hi, Central Minnesota. Jackie Templin here, Central Market President for Deerwood Bank. Every time we ask a customer what they love most about working with Deerwood Bank, we hear the same things. Our team is responsive, our bankers aren't intimidating, and our staff is easy to work with. Our customers love that we have a small bank feel with big bank capabilities. The best of both worlds. If you're looking for a bank that knows you, let's connect. Visit us in Waite Park, Sartell, or at any of our 14 Minnesota locations.
Nice and simple banking. Deerwood Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to your checking account, more is better. With Gate City Bank, you can earn rewards every time you use your debit card. From gas to groceries, those points add up fast. Plus, you'll love perks like easy mobile banking, custom debit cards, and so much more. Come see why banking is simply better at gatecity.bank/checking. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Who has every local school covered? KNSI.
Back here at the Municipal Athletic Complex, the Rish Arena. Grant Ducetto, Jake Judd, first intermission. It's a battle of Class A Titans between Hermantown and Cathedral. 1-1 after one. The shot 7-6, and it felt fairly even, but I would say that maybe even Cathedral began to carry play. They certainly were in control for most of the back end of the period, but I would say on the whole, I think if you were scoring this as a boxing match, this would be 10-9 in favor of the Crusaders.
I 100% agree with that, and that was the same analogy I would have gone with. Very close competition, but if I'm scoring this, I give Cathedral the slight edge in that period. I mean, Hermantown came out on fire. They had 2 shots on net within about 15 seconds, winning off the opening faceoff and then winning another faceoff after the first save, and got a goal quite quickly on that turnover. And Cathedral, 20 seconds later, it's actually a little bit less than 20 seconds later, they answered back, tying this game up. And after that, Cathedral seemed to have more opportunities to score. Just more 1-on-1, 2-on-1 opportunities or 2-on-2 opportunities, more almost fast break type opportunities. Bo Schmidt has been almost putting on a clinic as far as puck handling and skating right now here tonight. Eventually, you got to figure he's going to find a way to put the biscuit in the basket. So it's been a very close game all the way around. And if I'm the Cathedral Crusaders, I'm pretty happy with the way we played in that first period. Let's keep that going for the next 2.
Gorgeous goal. The pass from Sturm from the left wall to a crashing Noah Klein, who just easily deflected it, feathered it over the glove and into the corner of the net.
Yeah, that would have been a top 10 ESPN highlight if we were doing those here tonight. That was very pretty. And just the way it answered back almost immediately. And as you were the one that kind of mentioned, is there a little bit of maybe a hangover for Hermantown coming off that loss to Proctor? Maybe a little bit, because I think they got that 1-0 goal and probably stood up straight and thought, all right, here we go, we're going. And real quick, boom, it was tied up, and it's been a dogfight ever since.
It has been. We talked about the record discrepancy, 6-7 for Cathedral, 11-1-2 for Hermantown, and it's a long trip. You get a goal early, you're buzzing early, you get a couple of nice shots, and then you light the lamp, and it feels like perhaps Hermantown thought that this was going to be a cakewalk. And Cathedral's too proud for that. I mean, this is a team that's gone to the state championship game in the last 2 years. They've gone to the state tournament, I believe, the last 3 or maybe even 4 consecutive years. And they're not going to lay down for anybody. Certainly not a program with the history of Hermantown. And they showed that so far in the first 17 minutes of this one.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic matchup. Looking forward to the next two periods. And I feel we're going to have a close contest here. It's going to be much closer than I think maybe some people thought coming into tonight. I know I'd heard some people really hyping up this Hermantown team, but not saying Hermantown's not good. Maybe they were just underselling this Crusader team a little bit.
We will be back in a moment with the start of the second period. It's the first intermission. Once again, it is 1-1 after 1. You're listening to Boys High School Hockey on the KNSI Sports Network.
Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
To be successful or even competitive, you need to develop a winning strategy. The attorneys at the Sauk Rapids Law Office of Kelm and Reuter know how to develop a winning strategy for you. It is time to get the Sauk Rapids Law Office of Kelm and Reuter on your side. Visit kelmreuter.com.
Attorneys that make a difference. Kelm and Reuter.
Hi, Central Minnesota. Jackie Templin here, Central Market President for Deerwood Bank. Every time we ask a customer what they love most about working with Deerwood Bank, we hear the same things. Our team is responsive, our bankers aren't intimidating, and our staff is easy to work with. Our customers love that we have a small bank feel with big bank capabilities. The best of both worlds. If you're looking for a bank that knows you, let's connect. Visit us in Waite Park, Sartell, or at any of our 14 Minnesota locations.
Nice and simple banking. Deerwood Bank, member FDIC.
Football, baseball, hockey, and every other high school sport under the sun, only in one place. KNSI.
The KNSI Sports Network, it's brought to you by Fantastic Sam's St. Cloud. Sharp cuts, slick plays, and no sideline prices. We've got 17 minutes up on the Bradshaw and Bryant scoreboard. Bradshaw and Bryant fighting for the injured, cheering for the team. Bradshaw and Bryant seeking justice for the injured. It's time for period number 2. The second period. It's brought to you by St. Cloud Toyota, voted best dealership in Central Minnesota. The teams will switch ends, so it will be the Crusaders skating right to left across your radio dial. Obviously, Hermantown doing the opposite. And this is always a tricky period because you've got the far line change. You've got the benches that are on the opposite side of the ice from the side that you're defending. And we talked in the pregame about the need for crisp line changes because of the depth, the ability of the second and third lines from Hermantown to score. And that's really going to get tested here for the Crusaders.
Yeah, then those could be the difference makers in these close, tight games. So let's just see if the Crusaders can continue to play crisp, and let's see if that's going to be a factor here in this second period. As both teams are getting ready to take the ice here, and we should be dropping the puck any moment.
It is an all-star jersey matchup, by the way. The Hawks in Notre Dame colors, navy blue with gold on the collar and a little white trim there as well. Hawks across the front diagonally and big white numbers on the back, both in gold trim. And for the Crusaders, they're in gold with blue trim. They've got Crusaders in script across the front of the uniform going from top left to bottom right. You got a number on the left shoulder. You got numbers on the sleeves, numbers on the back with names across the shoulder blades, all of it in blue. The numbers are trimmed in white on those gold uniforms. Both teams looking sharp.
No, it does look like a good matchup. Both teams are looking like the kind of talent they have on the ice and getting ready to play a big matchup here. And let's see. We're about ready to get the second period underway. I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on. I think a couple more Crusaders to come off the bench there. As it looks like actually coach is talking to some of the referees, maybe trying to get something worked out here or something understood.
I think we might be waiting for the ice to fully freeze here. Yep. The puck drop here to start period number 2. It's brought to you by Gate City Bank, a better way of life. 7 shots on goal in the first for Cathedral, 6 for Hermantown. A goal apiece, scored 19 seconds between them. It was the Hawks lighting the lamp first, and it was Bo Christie unassisted. But immediately with the response, Griffin Sturm with the beautiful pass, the saucer pass to a crashing Noah Klein, who deflected it in to the Hermantown net just 19 seconds later to make it 1-1. And we are ready for hockey at the back. The Rish Arena, the smaller of the 2 ice sheets, and really a great setting. I mean, it's almost full. You got people sitting, you got people standing on the concourse. If they could be hanging from the rafters without getting in trouble, they might be doing just that. It's a icing right off the bat for Hermantown. And immediately, the Crusaders will have an offensive zone faceoff. 16:54 left here in period number 2.
Another faceoff run there by Hermantown. They just couldn't find anybody to feed the puck to.
With it behind his own net is Swenson, and he is harassed by Schmidt. He gets around to the corner, nearly turned it over, and Hermantown is able to get it out. Now they break it out with number 16, Bodie Medill. Medill, he had Skyda out front, but he couldn't get it there. Now he turns and nearly fired a pass into the slot, and I think we hit a puddle because that puck just stopped going in the direction that it was supposed to, and it really confused the Crusader player. Luckily, it didn't turn into any offensive opportunity for the Hawks, and we will have an icing by Cathedral.
No, but that's sometimes just one of those X factors you just can't control. And an unfortunate break there for the Cathedral Crusaders.
That looked like it was late in a period with a snow pile or something, but we definitely don't have that out there yet.
No, not yet, and hopefully the ice will finish freezing here before too long.
16-18 left, second period, a 1-1 game. The Hawks threatening here off the icing as they set up to the right of Hunter Moreland. Trying to win the faceoff is number 9 in Navy, that's Noah Thurston. It's taken by the Crusaders, though, and they break it out. Klein with it. He just flies off his stick to the corner. He throws it around behind the net. Kroll crashes. Coming in and taking it is number 18, that's Bakeberg. He tried to throw it back to Van Heel at the point, and it came out to neutral ice. Crusaders dump it in again, and now they're in on the forecheck. Hermantown, though, able to release the pressure. That's flipped high in the air. It will not be icing. Van Heel couldn't play it in the corner. He's knocked down. And throwing it out front is Christie. And he got it to his man, Thurston. Thurston with a weak backhand and nothing more. A shot from the point goes just wide.
That weak backhand, I do think Moreland actually did make a save on that one.
Oh, he did.
Yep. Another save from Moreland.
Net is up high off the shoulder. And now it is Zukov with it. Zukov, nice move at the half wall. He's going to throw it back to Bo Christie, who fires. And that goes right into the red basket of Moreland. He will freeze it up with 15-18 to go. Moreland, last week at the Grant City Showcase, he pitched a shutout against Sauk Rapids Rice. He's given up just 1 goal so far against about 10 shots at this point. So he has been very good both of the games that we have seen him between the pipes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he stopped 3 rapid succession shots there in a row and don't look phased.
Hermantown wins the faceoff, but unable to get the shot away was Ty McDonald in traffic. The puck goes back to the point, but it's kept in, and there's a shot that's gloved down by Moreland. The shot there from the left point by Wojciech.
So another save there for Moreland. Good start to the second period for him. He's kind of being that wall that the Crusaders need at the moment.
Crusaders win the faceoff. Stern behind his own net. He is harassed, but he gets past Ty McDonald. Almost lost it at his own blue line. Still has it. He's into the Hermantown zone. Drags the puck around a man, and he's knocked down by Swenson.